Hello everybody, it's Matt from Investor Trade. It is the 13th of September 2020. I'm just doing a really quick chart for you, a bit of technical analysis on the US 30, also known as Wall Street. And I just want to show you some key levels and where we're at. Hopefully it'll give you an idea of some entries, some exits, and obviously your risk management as well. So this is hourly 4 chart. I've zoomed right out actually. So you can see this is the big drop down here. Came obviously all the way from the top sort of beginning of the year and had the big drop down. And I like doing this so you can see where is the price. Is it in any extreme areas? Obviously the price is down here now. And I've highlighted some of the key levels which we're at. So a couple of observations. Obviously price came all the way up here over 29,000 again, and then we've seen the sell-off. People could be saying it's a double top or closing the gap. And at this moment, you know, we need to keep an open mind. The trading that we're doing is sort of day trade, scalping. So I'm not looking to swing trade this yet. So the analysis, you need to consider that when we're talking you through it. So a couple of levels I've highlighted, or some of the big key peaks. Obviously, price where it is at the moment. This is the pink line there. You'll see price came down, obviously came back up, and then it had a sell-off. And a lot of people thought, because of the Fibonacci retracement, that this was going to come all the way back down, and it didn't. Which makes me think a lot of people would have maybe entered some shorts there, and is obviously key breakout area. Another level is this first upper blue line, which I've just marked on there. Comes in around 27,186. It was a big wick here, came back up, and then sold down. Zoom across the chart, and you will see we hit that. I mean, it's a perfect wick again. 15th of July, sold, came up 23rd July, sold before taking off. So that level, just when you look at it visually, we've had a few big hits. So I marked that on the sheet to say 27,186 actually a fairly key level. Below that, you got 26,650. Yeah, for the well, where are we at? We came in at the 17th of June. Came in the 13th of July, and price has obviously been, you know, give or take a few hundred pips. Price has been in that area for absolute ages. Most of the summer, to be fair. Price has then broken up. So we know that these two blue lines, and really I could put a blue line here as well, at the 27,600 ish area. Let's do the breakout. 27,600. So these three fairly close blue horizontals are massively important in my opinion. So price come down, people then say, oh, I want to look for the next leg down. Where am I going to start selling it? It could be up here. And those horizontal lines represent those key areas. So price then came up, came back, tested the first blue line. Let me just zoom in for you, make it easier. Price came down, and then it started to run away. Up we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bang, up we go. And then, as like anything with any breakouts, it needs to come back. Various reasons why it does that, but we'll come back down. Bang, it bounced off this first one, the first blue line, which zoom across ties in here. And bang, but then the price is saying, well, we're not quite ready. So it comes back down to the second blue line, which is obviously fairly remarkable. It's not a coincidence. Came straight back down there and then bounced again. So the question, and we don't have a magic ball, but when I can zoom in now and you can see these levels, this wick here, price, 26,650, this wick here, this level is really important because again, it came above bouncing, dropped back through, but rallied. This wick here on 22nd of July came up. Then it was acting as resistance, you see, resistance, then it ran away. So the question is, will it come back down here? Which is 26,640. And again, what you could do, say, well, we know that these three areas are significant. Okay, that box is a little bit too big, so we've got to use some other tools. And unless you're really confident it's going to go up and you want to swing trade it, we need some other tools just to try and hone in on exactly where we can get some decent risk reward. So I've drawn in these extra trend lines. So here is a bit of a channel. Again, various touch points. You know, we've got a 1 and a 2 and above, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, and race above. Came back down. It also ties in this wick here, bouncing off. Okay, so I think these are quite important, these levels. We then got this 1 wick, 2 wick, 3 wick. So I've drawn a trend line there. I've literally, on MetaTrader 4, which we're using, can double click, control, clone it, drag it over. And it's, I mean, remarkable again. Just I've not drawn that in myself. I literally copy and paste this, place it up here. 1 week, 2 weeks. So we've got a valid channel. So now all of a sudden, I'm looking at prices below moving averages in this time frame. I might have this area. You know, if you remember, we said this kind of area. But now I've got some potential bounce points. They're actually quite a bit lower. So we need to see how they're going to play this, and whether, you know, it does kind of come back up Monday to fool people, get people along, and then drop it, whether it drops or whether it does break out. So I'm going to be very nervous until price is back above the moving averages for it to go up, or until it comes down here. You know, if you want to go long and you're buying it here, you need to be prepared that actually maybe it comes down to this blue line, you know, slightly just below, and bounces off here and then goes up. But there is a danger, you know, it's fairly significant danger at the moment, that price does come down here. If it does, and then we start getting a decent bounce, I would say, yeah, price is probably going to go way back up. And maybe new all-time highs by the election. We'll have to see. But those are the levels I'm looking at. We've got the horizontal first to highlight the key zones. I'm not sure whether it will come all the way down here. I mean, you could, if you zoom in, this top of this red candle there may be more. Where's that? That was 4th of August, 26,798. Okay, so maybe that area. Again, help me so I don't forget. Put that on the chart. Say this could tie in, you know, nicely. Once we start getting this channel, and the horizontal, we might start thinking, well, yeah, actually, this is looking good for an area that we can look to, and then bounce. From an Elliott wave, we might have, you know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, a 1, 2, 3, and then we come back up 3. And if that's the case, then it needs another leg down. It's got the potential. If I was you know, we're all speculators. If I was speculating, I'd say it's got the potential to come up actually. You know, maybe it hits one of these moving averages, top of this channel. Maybe it does a false breakout. And then from an Elliott wave perspective, it really needs a final leg down. That final leg down would then be an area to bounce. And again, it would tie in, you know, beautifully with this. Real quick look at our indicators. You can see there's divergence building here at the moment between the RSI and the OSMA. We've also got, I'm just going to ignore the CCI for now. 5 has crossed through the 14, so it's weak. But just an observation, there's no extreme areas here. RSI isn't in an extreme area, either at the bottom or at the top. OSMA's not extreme, bottom or top. There's no huge divergence between the 5 and the 14 crossover. And again, the values are not extreme. So you're in a little bit of a chop zone. Sometimes the best trade, you know, we are 76% of traders lose money. We don't. We're, you know, probably 85 to 95% of our trades make money, and it's really important that you only trade when there's a suitable trade with the right risk reward. If there's not a clear trade, then don't trade. If you're in an extreme area, the trade is on. All your indicators are telling you the same thing, then trade it. But for me, it's a difficult area. If you didn't sell at the top, then, or one of these areas, it's dangerous to get in short. But also, we're thinking the market's going to go up. So then you think, well, do I particularly want to go long at these levels, or do I want for the RSI to come to an extreme? Also, what you really need to see, and why I don't think the move down is necessary down. I'm just going to put this box here where we're looking. What's really important is normally with all the Elliott wave ending patterns, there is divergence. So the price should make a lower low, but we'll have the divergence with the RSI. So despite the price coming lower, we should see something like this with our indicators. So we want price, that final move down, Okay, probably to this level. I'm fairly confident it's going to go to that level actually. And that final move down, you would then be looking for a reaction. But at the moment, we don't have the divergence between the final move. I don't think we. This one, if I make this slightly bigger, which I'm looking at, I can say, right, well, is a divergence. RSI is borderline. There's the potential, but I don't think that's enough divergence. Arguably with the Osma there is. But again, I'll just look at these 2 points because price obviously made a lower low. RSI hasn't made a huge divergence. I'd want more divergence to be confident. So in the summary, in a nutshell, Wall Street US 30. I would love there to be another dip. I think the next dip to anywhere around these levels have the opportunity to go up. We really want to see these three. So we've got this is the 3 blue lines represent the breakout area, previous reactions. We've got this channel which is offered as support. Again, you could just say, right, well, this is actually a triangle. If you just use this line and this line or this line, that's a triangle. So broken out of the triangle, it's going to come down, retest, and you've also got the horizontals. So keep an eye out for another push lower. It might go slightly up before a drop, but the next leg down, if there is big divergence on the RSI and the Osma, then I would say go for a long. And that will be, this would be a sweet spot. This would be a nice area to get in there. And yeah, good luck with your trading. Hopefully you find this helpful. If you do, then please obviously like the video so I know what I'm putting out there is appreciated and helps you. Comment, subscribe, and obviously share the word and enjoy the rest of your weekend.